It is currently 7:51 and we're about to head up to LA. It has been a minute since I've made a video and vlog about my life in LA, so I thought this video I would make a pros and cons of living in LA video and also share why ultimately I left.
1, 2, 3.
Alright, let's start with the very first con. That would be traffic. I hate traffic so much. When I first lived in LA, I was commuting from Orange County to LA and it would literally take me 2 hours each way, even though it was only a 20-minute drive without traffic. I did that for a few months before I literally moved on the same block as my company so that I didn't have to drive anymore. It didn't stop there. Even if I wanted to go somewhere for like dinner or something, it would literally take like an hour just to drive within LA from one spot to the next, and it was just the worst. And I will just say there's no podcast in the world that's gonna get you through that. I listened to podcasts every single day for like 3-4 months and it just wasn't enough. I just felt like I was wasting my life in a car. And now I get to experience it all over again. Every time I talk about LA, I'm like, oh, maybe I could move back. And then I come back and I sit in this traffic and I'm like, I'm never coming back. The fact that I'm going 5 miles right now on a freeway is absolutely insane. JK, I'm going 0. I really don't know how people do this all the time. If you don't know this artist, his name is Solomon. He is incredible. The most sultry, vibey, soothing voice you will ever hear. Go listen to his music right now. Okay, let's talk pro. So one pro to living in LA is opportunity. When I was living in LA, I got to work on the biggest clients, on the biggest projects with the biggest budgets. I was literally traveling the world working on so many awesome things, and I wish I could share it with you, but I can't. I signed an NDA. It really was a great opportunity, and I don't think I would have gotten that if I lived in a smaller town. When I started applying jobs for the town I currently live in, which is much smaller than LA, honestly, all the brands and the projects were extremely small. I'm talking like brochures versus like global international campaigns. So it was a dramatic jump, but it's also dependent on the lifestyle that you're looking for. So I will say when I was younger and in my 20s, I definitely didn't mind the grind of LA. But now that I'm a little bit older, I do like the more calm lifestyle and smaller projects that allow me to essentially, have dinner at night. I work in advertising, so for us, LA, New York, San Francisco, and honestly now Austin, Texas are probably one of the bigger cities to live in for major advertising opportunities. So yes, I will say one of the biggest pros to living in LA is the opportunities, especially with your career. Okay, I'm doing this segment at a terrible time because there's literally parking everywhere around me, but parking in LA is literally impossible. I once drove to my friend's house and then drove back to park at my house just to get an Uber because there's literally no parking on the street. We're currently in K-Town and there's parking apparently everywhere in this plaza, but normally there's no street parking.
Yeah.
And it's just a headache, and it's usually not free either.
Well, it's Wednesday too. So.
It's also Wednesday, yes.
No, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, horrible.
Horrible. No
Don't
parking
even come out here
anywhere.
That's Korea.
Do they do this in Korea?
Yeah, they have that stuff.
Wow.
Okay, let's talk the next pro of living in LA, the food. So when it it comes to food in LA, there are tons of food options for breakfast, lunch, and for dinner. Even for super late night snacks, there's tons of places that are open. Also, if you love Asian food, there's the best Korean barbecue. Angelina says it's equivalent to Korea. Yeah. There's tons of delicious Asian foods here. I will also say the Mexican food downtown in LA is also really good as well. But yes, food here is awesome. My little sister and I are currently at 8's Korean barbecue. Come eat with us. Chopsticks, spoons. They also have napkins over here. Ooh.
Different pork belly. And it says right there what's on.
Wow. Just got all our sides. Okay, let's eat the 8 flavored pork bellies at 8 Korean barbecue. Starting with original. I'm gonna dip it in the hot sauce. Cheers. This is the wine flavored. Oh, you can definitely taste the wine in that one. This is sesame. We end up eating just original. Sesame was good. This is garlic. Garlic is bomb. Ooh, I love garlic. Oh, garlic is so good.
The best of the 4 so far.
Best one, just garlic. Red pepper paste.
You're not supposed to do it in sauce.
It's just like a spicier version. This is the curry. I have fears about this one. You definitely taste the curry, but I don't prefer it. This is herb. Tastes like thyme. Tastes like thyme. Like nothing but thyme. This is miso paste. Our last of our 8 flavors. Miso is good, but my favorite was garlic and sesame, and then original. We're gonna do the perfect bite. Some radish, some lettuce, kimchi. I'm gonna put some bean sprouts as well. The original pork belly. The perfect bite.
Ton of burgers.
That was really good. Still thinking about the garlic one. I love pork belly. It's my favorite meat of all Korean meats. Pork belly, garlic, and jalapeno. Angelina's perfect bite. Green onion pancake. We all like this. It's extra crispy. Let's try the boiling sundae. It's tofu.
Be careful, it's gonna be really hot.
It's hot just taking a spoon out. That was good. There's noodles in the sundae. Also pork belly in the sundae. Green onion. And kimchi. We're ending the night with kimchi and fried rice. That's like, okay, I will. This pork belly.
because I am home now and I just need to make sure all my plants are doing okay. Yes, cost of living. So when I was living in LA, when I first lived there about like 6-7 years ago, I was living in a 400 square foot apartment, and this apartment cost $1,400. I was living in a 400 square foot apartment, and this apartment cost $1,400. A couple of years later, the rent had gone up to $1,800. Now that apartment I think is around $2,000 for 400 square feet, and there is no washer and dryer in the unit. Okay, it is absolutely insane how much the cost of living in LA is. But yeah, now I'm like checking out my garden and stuff in my front patio, and it's just great. It's just great. I could not do this in LA, in the city that I was living in, just because it's just, one, chaotic, two, like, who the heck has a front patio in LA, three, no space for absolutely anything. And now look at me, I'm buying way too many plants, that's for sure. So ultimately this goes to why I left. During the pandemic, I had moved back home because I wanted to be with my family and quarantine with them, just because there was so much going on and it was just a really scary time. And so then when I was asked to move back, I really evaluated all the things that I said in this video of, you know, cost of living, having to commute, parking, dealing with the chaos of LA. And I realized I don't want that lifestyle anymore. Even though opportunity and food and experiences were so fun there, I just realized it was somewhere I could go for all of that, but then I could go home to something more peaceful, quiet, and sustainable. And so that is ultimately why I left. And since the world has opened up, there's still so many opportunities that are work from home. So I still am able to get the opportunity without having to live in the big city. So I work from home for a company in LA, and since I'm a contractor, I don't have to go into the office. I mainly just go up for any major big meetings or productions, things like that. I feel like I honestly have the best of both. And I will say I manifested all of this, but that is another video for another day. So yeah, those are my pros and cons of living in LA and ultimately why I left. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.